What's good? What's good? You already know who is back in the building. The one, the only, none other than Miss Lady Shay, the Dreamy Queen. Back up in here with a quick one. Just a little message from me for you, from me. If it resonates, let that and allow the marination to take resonation for you to accumulate that digestion, to peer in another layer, in another level, in another reality of yours. So, nature's naturals. As you allow that to sit with you, allow your own thoughts, allow your own feelings, allow your own vibes of what that means and what that could mean. Shout out to your knowledge, gratitudes for you sliding through. Appreciate you, appreciate you, appreciate you. Been a minute. Hope you're doing good over there. Again, gratitudes. So, as I was saying, nature is naturals. As you allow that to marinate, what comes to mind? What comes into focus? And as that marinates and digests, what is your focus? Right? Where is your clarity? Where is that distinct determination for who? None other than you, right? You, the preservation of self. How does one accumulate that into nature's naturals, right? Because again, in life, with life, as you go, as you grow, as you evolve, as you experience, as you go through, around, as you accumulate, as you build, one foundation, two foundations, a multitude of foundations. And as you sit back and you analyze to realize what is real and what is natural within you, right? Because we can always say, we can always express, and we can always gain those materials that demonstrates. Yet, at the bottom of, at the center of, and at the top of, where is the natural? Where is the nature within you? Again, why do I say this? Why do I find this a yeah, I could call it a model, right? Why do I find this model to live by, right? Because at the end of the day, through experience, one must learn it's always about you. First, last, and always. And as we build ourselves, as we strengthen ourselves, as we gradually accept more and more of just how much, just how powerful, just how wonderful we are, and just how much we do to produce. And to top it, to tap it, to give a tip, the benefits of beneficials, right? Where does the benefits of the beneficials play on the plate? How do we serve that dish? Beneficial benefits. Where do we go? Right? Where do we go with the benefits? If it's not for us. Again, living life. We all have choices. We all have decisions. And don't they land, don't they start, and don't they finish with the self? Again, allow the marination. Allow the seed to be planted. What grows if it doesn't start from within? Right? As you go through life, as you live through life, as you do simple things such as a conversation, what you share is what you hold within you, is it not? And again, we can lie, we can fake, we can pretend. But at the end of the day, who are we fooling except the self? So, as we have conversations, as we go through life, as we build, as we take our place in what is ours, what is yours, what is mine, right? Say that. Say that silently to yourself. What is mine? What can I stamp to a degree that signifies this is mine, this is me? No adding, no subtracting, no dividing. Simply, what is? Right? What is the you? Who are you? Nature's naturals. Can you step into nature? Right? And think of it as you are nature. You are a garden. Sounds funny. Sounds a little, But again, let it marinate. You are your own garden. So what you growing? What are you planting? Where are the seeds? Where are you stamping those roots? Right? Or are we nurturing ourselves? Not soothing to comfort, right? Not delaying with cute titles or fairy tales, but from the guts, from the rawness, from the truth. In your garden, you being that garden, that nature, how are you residing in the natural forces that equals the benefits of the beneficials? If I'm making sense, right? If I'm making sense. So with that, shout out to everyone in the chat. Appreciate you. Gratitudes, gratitudes, gratitudes. Hi, how you doing? How you living? How you feeling? Share if you care. Share if you dare. Share if it marinates to resonates. Right? Again, nature's naturals. Are we seeing the flourishing to the benefits as you lay there, as you sit there, as you orchestrate, as you demonstrate, as you capitalize? Again, the many and multitude of layers. Or just to ask, Just the quiet minds for self to take in, right? When is the right time for you? Wait for it. Allow it to marinate. And let me ask again. When is the right time for you? Pick and choose, right? Choices and decisions. Hesitant and straightforward. What is naturally you? Are you ready to represent the natural you? Right? What is within you? What shakes and stirs? What bubbles with excitement? What radiates the glow? And as you go through, as you go in, as you're going around, keep the truth, right? Keep the rawness. Keep the honesty. When it's sincere, say it. Do it. Represent it. When there is a moment of hesitation, when there is a signal of anger, a bump of frustration, again, nature's naturals. Allow the emotion to be felt. Yet, do you allow the emotion to carry weight? Do you allow the emotions to reside, to dictate, and to play out? Right? Because again, everyone has emotions, do we not? Everyone has feelings. Everyone knows what is right and wrong for them. Do we not? Maybe we don't. And again, the peaks of curiosity into nature's naturals. Do you know the natural self? If not, where is the delay? Where is the hesitation? Where is the frustration? Where is the anxiety? Where is the block of don't know? Right? Questions, questions, questions. Gotta ask the questions in order to find and to fit in a solution. Solutions. Again, a question to put on the table. Question of, are we truly and fully saying what we want and mean to say? Or are we simply saying to prove? Right? The truth, the truth, the truth. As you go through life, can you hide from the truth? Can you deny the truth? Which brings back choices and decisions, right? We all have choices. We all have decisions. To make choices and decisions that's right for you, what and where do you go? Do you sit before you take action? Do you take action as you think? Or do you simply allow certain things to unfold or not and be swayed by the emotions that surround you? Not emotions, but the motions, the waves. the flow, right? Do you feel it in the air? What do you feel in the air? And how do you marinate with it? Take your time, right? Nothing is a rush until you find that step of speed, until you accept the building of blocks it has to be. I'm just saying, right? I'm just saying. Follow nature's naturals. Follow your own garden, right? Follow your own moisture. Follow your own pattern of beats. Follow your own melody. And most importantly, follow your own heart. Because again, life is what you make it. Life is a circulating, ever going breath of beats. And how you experience is based on your awareness to take initiative and to enjoy the dance, right? To enjoy the dance of life and to take each step and to carry it with what? Truth. Carry your life with truth. Carry your truth into fulfillment. Carry that fulfillment into each and every other layer that you, not me, but you, and only you can accomplish. Which brings a side note. Can treatments of efforts go unnoticed? All right, just a little side note, just a little side question. Can treatments of notes go unnoticed? Can efforts of time spent be unappreciated? Can any stamp of approval, any praise, any glory, any shine, any recognition, as long as it's there, be enough if it's truly and rightfully not from the center of you? Again, going into everyone is different. Everyone has plans on experiencing different parallels, I'll say, to life. And the dictating factors of right and wrong weigh on the scale of you. What's right for me is not going to be right for you. My parallel and yours is different. Right? Can we still cross paths? Of course. Can we still exchange to accumulate another benefit of resonance? Absolutely. Just as as nature does, there will be a time, right? There will be a point. There will be a relevance moving, elevating, leveling. Not better, not special, outside of who? You. Right? Because again, the importance of not holding regrets, going for what you want, not what people want, not what friends want, not what society wants, but what you want. And finding that purpose of peace, to implant that joy, to nourish the seeds, right? So, again, nature's naturals. Natural nature. Are we simply stamping words? Are we truly resonating, residing within that force, within the benefits of the truth that gets plastered, that gets boosted, that gets framed within golden ribbons? The prize, the trophy, the rounds of applause to success. Keeping it fair, keeping it equal, and keeping it within what is yours and how you deliver that representation. Will you have the ups and downs? Will you have the goals and the stops? Will you have the hesitations? Again, of course, as one goes through, as one goes around, you step in to the confidence. Now, what is that confidence? What's fair? And how can one make life fair? You take those steps. You take that time. You take that noticeable pause for direction, for clarity, for appreciation, for truly being self, and where one needs to correct or improve, or maybe even revamp. One can do and do accordingly. And again, the prize of the trophy is another layer of appreciation to self. I've achieved and made another bridge versus a wall, right? Because what do bridges do? Allow movement, allows transportation, allows transferring, allows the give and take, right? What you give, you receive, and what you receive is what you give. So, saying that, what does a wall give? Closure, right? A sense of warmth, right? But it can also be a block, a guard, a noticeable and visual and even an expressional, right? Shout out to the energy. Distance, detachment, disregard, and maybe even a sense of unknowing or emptiness, right? So, grasping the differences between bridges and walls, choices and decisions, again, right? Where do you want your life to, where do you need your life to be? Where do you want your life to be? And consider, do you want to make more bridges or do you want to make more walls? Do we need walls? That's for you to decide. Do we need the bridges? Again, that's for you to decide. Right? Simply choices to evaluate what is for you and what isn't for you. The grand scale of finding what makes you happy. And accepting, right? Gotta accept what makes you happy. Will it really make someone else happy? And as that sits, and as you think that over, allow this to flow with it. Just because, I'll use me for example, what makes me happy? What makes me full? What makes me light up? What makes me smile? What makes me dance? Is not the same as you, to be fair, right? So, can I continue to smile? Can I continue to dance? Can I continue nurturing and naturing, nourishing, and taking those little moments for the extra little TLC to keep that happiness flowing? And even though, again, what I find to make me happy at the center with raw and pure passion is not going to be the same as the next. So choices and decisions to play at hand, does that make the next person bad? Does that make the next person wrong? Does that make the next person confused? For me, again, to be fair, simply looking at the simplicity of, again, everyone is different. Everyone's needs and wants are on different levels. And truly and sincerely knowing the work that it took to appreciate certain things for me, to truly accept certain things that I had to accept. And again, was it always easy? Of course not. But once I resonated with it, once I allowed it, once I stopped trying to run away from it, once I reciprocated it back to myself, reflected that reflection, and simply what is. And what is the appreciation that the roles of me is my own, and I can live and do likewise another, and that, let's call it wall of disagreements or difference, can be turned into a bridge, either currently or as time goes by, as time begins to marinate within of more acceptance to what is life. So that it's going to be that moment where you walk outside, you walk out your front door, and you stop. And you take in that deep breath, and you sigh with relief as you have tapped into the truth, as you have tapped into another layer of acceptance that says, hey, I could take down this wall and I could begin to build another bridge, because I see and I know that this bridge started for me from within me, but as it goes and as it grows, and each moment another passenger crosses the threshold, they too will be riddled with the same piece of peace. Not pieces, but peace within as they walk without and around. Again, a representation of truth, raw, and honesty. Nature's naturals, beneficial factors, moment to moment steps of choices and decisions, weighing the sides of what is loss and what is gain. And when you look at the gumbo soup, again, as I like to reference, right, you see a little bit more. The streams, colors, the numbers, the flavors, the very thread to fabric, the pattern that multiplies, the correction that discovers another mystery, that plants another seed, that maintains more wholeness, that resonates with the pureness in your heart. And with that, stamp it, seal it, and deliver it with sincerity, with pureness, and with the passion that only you, yes, you, with the passion only you can deliver. So don't stop delivering the passion. Don't stop delivering the fire. Don't stop fueling the moment to moment that has or that can go from guessing to clarity. And once you move from that guess to clarity, the knowing will be as you will be what? Whole, full, and complete in whatever task, any task, all challenges, all accomplishments will stem and be rooted from that seed that you planted. And as they say, how deep does the roots grow? Well, how much are you willing to nourish the roots? And you are that roots. So keep the spirits, keep that shine, and keep that glow of spark in that seed that is your eye, so that you can see another way that benefits the natural essence of your existence. And with that, peace, life, love, fullness. Till the next time, always remember that self-love is the best love. And as you continue to self-love, self-heal, and self-grow, you can too settle and maintain within that self-mastery of wholeness, completeness, and true rawness. Until the next time, peace.